Okay, let's go. All right, let's figure this out. Today I want to try, because I haven't done this before, I want to try to figure out the Astro Open Graph or OG image generation. Okay, so I technically I've played with some of these things before for my personal website, but I couldn't figure it out. Like I couldn't create a good solution to auto generate those for me. You know, the images. So we're gonna try out again, but actually go in and give it a shot, a proper shot. The idea is to create I don't know what I expect from the OG image generator is to have multiple templates. For example, I can use one template for the rest of the pages and also another one for, I don't know, for my blog, right? Or maybe I have something else, right? I have some different types of articles. I don't know. That could be cool. And the generation should happen on the client side, right? Let's figure that out. First I want to try out some of these packages. Like I add the Astro OG image. We can try that. We can search for different packages if this one doesn't work. Let's see. I'm gonna try it with this one and then we'll figure it out later. Chris, screenshots in Puppeteer. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the same. Should we build something like a, like an Astro plugin that would open that template of HTML, for example, in a headless Chrome, and then just grab a screenshot. I wanted to see how the Vercel image or SVG to JPEG or something like that. They had like a Satori, yeah. I think it was this one, yeah. Enlightened library to convert HTML and CSS to SVG. So maybe, maybe we could try figuring this out. Although I think that the styling, the CSS that they had here in Satori is not the actual CSS, we know and love. This is yeah, it's like a subset of CSS only with the stuff, the properties that are supported by Satori, basically. So we could try this out. Yeah, they give you like a whole documentation here for which properties you can use. It's cool anyways. I would prefer it if I'm able to just write HTML and CSS, something that we all know, and then convert that to image. So the Puppeteer approach would totally make sense in this case. But yeah, we're here to figure it out. So let's see. Here's one website that uses this page, the the package Astro OG image. Let's check out the OG image. There's no OG image, right? We got title type, URL site name. Maybe it's in the posts. Test posts. Nope. Toby works. works. Insights. Maybe that's the blogs. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. OG title, description, keywords. There's the fav icon. Nope. Some of these didn't work. I'm not sure which one was it. Okay, so when the build is done, gets the path, filters all the routes that need the OG image. So get routes. Okay, yeah, so basically generate OG images for every route within this path. And that the path comes from the config when we initialize astro OG image. That's the only thing. Okay. Okay. Creates a directory for the images if it doesn't exist already. Puts them in the assets folder. And this is very opinionated, as you can see, right? Yeah, it's just there. That's the path directory. It assumes that, you know, assets exists at the root. Or it just it just puts those images there. If it doesn't exist, then make directory. And then we have Puppeteer, right? We can actually do something like this as well. Puppeteer launch. Where's the route? There's the route path name. So route dist URL. Get the path name. Read file sync. Grab the title. And there's the, yeah, there's the actual, oh wait, let me zoom in. There's the actual ogimage.html, right? So that's the template. That's the template. And then replace the title with the actual title. Hey, glad you can make it. Thanks for jumping in. All right, so there we go. It just replaces the title, but that's the only thing that it does, right? So it's a pretty rigid package. It takes the Puppeteer route. That's cool, right? That's more flexible. It gets triggered when the build is done, so that's the hook. And it only has one OG image template, right? So what if, I don't know, what if we build, you know, what if we build a package something like this? It's gonna open Puppeteer, it's gonna do all these things. Browser new page, set content HTML. There we go. Set the viewport 1200 by 630. Yeah, OG image dimensions here, and then snap a screenshot. Where do you put the screenshot? That's where you put the screenshot. Path name .png. You can even just use the slug of the actual URL that you're creating the image for. Encoding binary, and then just browser close. That's it. Right, and you do that for all of the routes. Yeah, load the HTML, replace the title with the one, snap a screenshot, rinse and repeat. Okay, that's simple, right? It's a simple mechanism. It is a simple mechanism, but does it work? I guess we can span. Guess we can span Puppeteer. I don't think we would have any issues with that. But the point is to figure out what Astro gives us in terms of the, you know, arguments for our hook. So what if we could, I don't know, what if we could pull the front matter data or something like that? Because then inside we can say, okay, here's the front matter. I got the template inside, right? This is the template that I want to use. So instead of just grabbing the OG image directly, you would just figure it out, right? You would just pull it from the front matter and just find that and use that as a template. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. But that's front matter. What if we, yeah, what if we want to, use, like, I don't know, static pages, like the about page? What if I want to have that, you know, I guess we need to figure out what features do we want to use. By the way, I am so down to create like a custom integration for this, because I think it'll allow us to, yeah, it will allow us to just, you know, achieve what we want to achieve, right? And this is for my course. So if I can build it, I can just use it in the course, right? And let's see. If you want to check out the course, because I know Katak wanted to check out the course and how it looks like. This is what it looks like. Right now I got like 19 lessons so far. I'm trying to hold on, let me zoom in. There we go. So how I started is to build a blog. The goal is not to use any UI frameworks, because I really want to showcase, you know, the power of Astro and what it can do. That's why I decided to, you know, just steer away from, you know, any UI frameworks like React or Vue or, you know, Solid or anything like that. Because I think Astro is like more than enough for building blog sites. So we start by understanding Astro, a lesson where we just, you know, we just learn what Astro is, you know, that we can use we can use it plain or mix in React, Vue, Svelte, Solid, etc. We know that it compiles our files into static HTML and CSS, Node.js by default, but it has the support for interactive components thanks to the islands architecture. Oh, it also supports SSR or hybrid rendering. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I mean, for websites, Astro is my go-to. I'm not gonna change anything. For web apps, technically you can achieve that with Astro as well, because yeah. In this course, I'm also building like a really small API just to demonstrate that we can build an API with posts and gets and everything. So technically it's possible. Technically it's possible to build an app, but yeah. Maybe you'll be better off with something else. For example, if you're building, I don't know, like dashboards or just, you know, like industrial labs. I don't know. You know what I mean. Okay, so yeah, it's worth mentioning that it also supports SSR and or hybrid rendering, because we're going to be doing that in this course. And yeah, then second lesson, we're going to create a project and set up the dev environments. We're going to install the VS Code plugin, you know, briefly explore the project structure, you know, what we get out of the box. Although I'm going to use, you know, I'm going to use NeoVim, actually. I'm actually going to use NeoVim for coding. So yeah, we're just gonna, I'm gonna go through, you know, setting up VS Code, but I'm actually gonna move on to NeoVim for that. I could even touch on setting up NeoVim for Astro, because I've done that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's decently working. Then third lesson is styling in Astro. Explain the styling methods, and at the end set up Tailwind. So we're gonna try some plain CSS and, you know, explain how the style tag works, that you can have like a global style by appending the is global directive. But if you don't, then what happens? You know, the scoping, the fingerprinting, all these things. I really want to explain, you know, those things to the users, to the students. But then at the end, we'll set up Tailwind, because it's going to be simpler down the road to, yeah, it's going to be much simpler down the road to build the project. At least this project. The good thing is third-party integrations, they integrate so well with Astro. Yeah, yeah. Okay, lesson number 4, creating a few pages to demonstrate routing, right? So now we're getting started with Astro, right? We understand how routing works in Astro and how to create specific pages. But we're going to create static pages, not dynamic routes, but static routes. Then we're going to create a layout to apply to all of the pages. By the way, let me just open the eggheadblogfly.dev. This is the blog that the users are going to be building. Okay, here's the homepage. Here's the about page. Here's the blog page, like the blog index page. But then inside you also have the markdown. There's a like button that actually works, right? 59. If we refresh, it's still 59, etc. And there's a footer at the bottom, right? So the idea for them is to create the home page and the about page as like the static routes. And then in lesson number 5, I'm going to tell them to create a layout and apply it to all the pages, right, that we have. So the layout would be the header with the navigation, and at the bottom we have the footer, right? And inside we have this slot. I'm going to explain all of that. Then we have an astro component, because we're going to see some repetition where we're going to be building the navigation at the top, right? So we have links, etc. So yeah, we'll be like, let's build a component so we don't repeat ourselves. And this is the first time that we saw, that we see the repetition. So we're going to do that in lesson number 6. That's my point. Like I want to create a nice flow that makes sense for the users, right? So like one thing leads to another, and at the end you're going to have your whole, project built, but also you're going to learn a lot of the features that exist in Astro. So that's why I'm trying to, achieve with this course, to see if I can achieve that, seamless flow, right? We're building the navigation. Whoop, we got repetition. Next lesson is components, because that makes sense, right? It only makes sense for you to add components. So then we do the components, right? Yeah, how components work in Astro, how we can utilize them to reuse codes. Yeah, we can mention that the SEO can be done easily with components. And then because we're on this page, I'm going to introduce the static serving in the /public folder. I'm gonna show the image, and then I'm also gonna move the image to the source assets and enable the experimental assets generation, right? So we'll do that in lesson number 7. So right now you have pages, routing, components, layouts, right? Your first challenge is coming. So using the components, HTML, Tailwind, design the layout of the homepage, and I'm going to display a screenshot of this, where basically every student will just replace their own data. This is going to be hard coded for now, because we still haven't touched on the content API and all these things. So I'm just gonna, or maybe I'll just leave this out. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this out. And also for the about page, for this one. Yeah, if you're stuck or need ideas, feel free to check out the course repository. Also, the idea with the course repository is I'm gonna, of course, open source this, but then every lesson is going to have its own branch, and it's going to have, it's going to be like a waterfall model. So basically, first lesson, I mean, of course, the first lesson is not going to have any branches, right? It's a theoretical lesson. But like if you get stuck on lesson number 5, you can check out the lesson-5 branch, and you'll see the you will see the actual solution. So yeah, I'm gonna branch out the solutions for each of the, applicable lessons, right? So there we go. There's the first challenge, and then so far we've got like components, layouts, all these things. We're gonna create a blog content collection. So we get into, hold on, let me just see something. Yeah, we get into, zoom in. We get into content, create, a simple configuration. You only have like a title, tags, and date, and try to write some of, like a couple of posts just to demonstrate how they're gonna look like, So we'll do that. That's the first lesson. Where was I? Yeah, local markdown CMS for our blog, and we learned how to use the collections API to render our posts in a list on the home page, right? So that's when I'm actually going to go to the home page and list out the blog posts that we have locally. That's what we're gonna do. And then for the next lesson, we're gonna say, okay, we got the posts and everything. we learned about the collections API, and we know that, you know, there's more to it. So let's explore that. You know, let's expand on the collections API and see what it can do. So that's why we are going to render a post page for every blog post. So when we click on that, we basically see this without the like post, because that's like another lesson. Yeah, we learn how the dynamic routes work and also how to utilize this content API to render out the blog posts into their own pages. And there we go. Now we have 2 more challenges, right? You're gonna, as a student, you're gonna install the Tailwind's prose or typography plugin by yourself, you know, so you can provide better styling for the content inside. And then also you're going to create an index page for the blog route and use the content collections API to render post cards. And we're talking about these. Yeah, postcards. They're not cards, right? They're just post links. Links in the blog page. Yeah, link to blog /1. It's not going to be like to just blog. Yeah, because we're going to do pagination as well. So you do this, right? You take your... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I really want to touch on everything, because you're not learning Astro just to build your blog. You're learning Astro because, you know, you should know Astro, right? So this is the opportunity, right? So there we go. Do we have this? We do have this. Let's implement pagination now, right? We have the blog page. Technically, this can grow a lot, right? So it's your, it's your choice. But yeah, it's usually better to implement the pagination. But it's super cool, you know, because Astro already comes with a built-in way to paginate in Astro. There we go. You just create your page, you know, pages for every post, return a slug, title, and a date, and then instead of just returning that, just give me the paginate. Use the paginates. There we go. The method paginate. Here's the pages. What's the page size? 10 items per page. That's it. You know, simple as that. And then we can also demonstrate that you can do /1 or /2. That's the thing there. So we got that, but then also, hold on a second. When we are going to be rendering the post page for every blog post, we're also going to learn dynamic routes work. Okay, we already got that. Yeah, so we're covering dynamic routes because that's the first, that's the first instance, yeah, where dynamic routes happen in the flow. So we know dynamic routes. Oh yeah, I'm using Notion because Egghead also used Notion, and it's Notion, right? It's just good. How I came up with the outline, I don't know. I just started building a blog. This is this blog. I just started building it, and I was like, okay, it'll be fun to show the blog posts here. Okay, but what are the what are the conditions? If I wanted to show the blog post here, what do I need to learn or know before I do that, or to achieve that? So that was my approach. I started off with like a blank, sorry about that, with just like a white page, blank page, and just started adding stuff, like stuff that I would have, wanted to see on my blog. And then tried, I was on every step, I'm trying to identify, is there something that, is there something that I need to know beforehand in order to achieve this step, right? And if you can see the challenges, and I'm not sure how we're gonna do, I'm not sure. I mean, it's just gonna be a challenge. Do you know what why I have the challenges right here? Because this is something that you need to do, but it requires no previous knowledge to do it, or it requires knowledge that you already have, right? So instead of creating lessons that, me coding the layouts, no, you do it, challenge yourself. Like I showed you how to, create components. I showed you the, static serving and all these things. You're set for that. Just go, and design your pages. Here's how they should look like. You can, be creative. step out, step outside of the design or the screenshot that I'm gonna provide. You do you, right? Check out the link in the description if you want to see the actual code for that if you get stuck. But like, this is a, this is a moment where you can challenge yourself to solidify what you've learned so far, but then also it'll help me, it'll help you cross the bridge so we can talk about the blog content collection, because we need the, I don't know, in this case, we need the homepage and the about page in order to create the blog content collection, because we do show them on the homepage. So it needs to be done, right? Might as well be a challenge, right? It's good, I in this lesson I can also touch on the like, congratulations on challenging yourself. Here's how I built it, right? Here's the code, here's the classes, here's how the layout looks like, yada yada yada. And then, okay, now let's proceed with the content collection, because we have the homepage now, right? So that's the idea. These are, like, they're not mission critical. For example, the Tailwinds typography plugin, you don't have to do that, right? You can, I don't know, you can achieve the styling in a different way. But I was like, okay, you know what? You've go ahead and just install it. Let me see if they're gonna know. I mean, of course they're gonna know. We're gonna talk about the astro config file anyways. Okay, we got the Tailwind here. And we also have the Tailwind config. Yeah. So this is not connected with Astro in any way, and because this is a Astro course, it's not a Tailwind course, but it's a nice to have feature, to install the typography plugin. It's a challenge. It looks lazy on my side, but it could actually help. So that's why I have this here. What else we got? Yeah, index page for the blog route. This is gonna set the stage for the pagination. I don't have to, I have nothing to teach around here. We've already created a couple of pages. This is gonna be like a third page where we want to create it. We're gonna add also links in the top navigation, at the homepage, etc. We're gonna do that. Yeah, but it's not gonna be a lesson, right? Because I have nothing to teach. Then we move on to the pagination. We already explained that. And then to, like, create a well-rounded, blog, you're of course gonna need a sitemap and an RSS feed. And these are easy to implement, right? There's like super simple. The sitemap is just an integration. The RSS feed is like it's technically an endpoint, but I'm not going to talk about endpoints. Yeah, it's technically an endpoint. Yeah, we're exporting a get function, right? That's an endpoint. But I'm not gonna talk about endpoints. I got endpoints down the line. So I feel like it's okay to, create a an exception in this case, right? The goal is to create an RSS feed and to test it out. Are we gonna use endpoints? We will, but I don't want to introduce them as like a concept at the 12th lesson, because we have like where is it? There's a like button, Dockerizing. There we go, drizzle ORM and endpoints through implementing a post-like functionality, right? That's what I think more. It'll be a better example on how to, explain the endpoints better instead of just, the RSS feed. Because in this example right here, we have get and posts. We have already set up the drizzle ORM, so it's going to be much clearer to the students. So I'm just going to fly through that here so we can implement the RSS feed, check it out. But then I'm going to move on faster. I can mention, like, this is an endpoint, but we're going to talk about that in lesson 19, in the last lesson or something like that. But move on. So check this out. Then we have the understanding the islands architecture through creating a post like button. And that's like the little like button that I had there. Right, so now we have learned about Astro's island architecture, and I'm not really going to dig into this one because I noticed the course, there was a course, an Astro course on Udemy. And there was a pattern in the there was a pattern into the uh, comments. People actually came to learn about the island architecture, you know, but the instructor didn't really dig into the whole island architecture. So yeah, they were unhappy. So I was thinking, okay, you know what? Let's actually explain the island architecture really well, and let's create the post like button in, I don't know, like React probably. That's more, you know, it'll be easier. I would have, you know, done it in Solid, but we're gonna do it in React, right? It's more approachable, a lot more, you know, people know React than Solid. So that's why we're gonna, you know, that's why we're gonna roll with React. So we're gonna be building that button component with React when, you know, using the on-click and all these things. But then check this out, because I don't think you need React to create an interactive component like that button. I'm going to refactor in the next lesson. I'm going to refactor the post-like component into vanilla.js and basically have the same functionality without introducing, you know, a runtime. It's going to be pretty fast. It's going to be, yeah. So yeah, we learned that even for interactive components like the post-like component, we might not need a UI framework, right? So we refactored it into a vanilla.js component. We also learned how Astro bundles and loads scripts, because check this out. Like.astro, here's the component, right? A div with 2 spans, right? And that's exactly what we're gonna do in React as well. But in order to pass, because this is the post like, right? So when we want to like a post, animation and graphics to teach some concepts, virtual DOM in React could be, yeah. I can try that. I can try that, you know, doing that. Although I wouldn't want to dig deeper into React, right? Because it's an Astro course, so I don't want to sidetrack too much. So I can showcase the React integration and then, you know, pop the inspect element and see, okay, look, we load the post like component, but we're also loading React, the whole library, right? It needs to be loaded. The runtime needs to be loaded in order to work. But, you know, that's what the integration does. So I can explain the whole, you know, the whole thing and how it works. But then we're going to refactor it. So for the like post like component, we need to accept the slug, right? In order to know, because the whole page is static, but this component is, you know, interactive. Yeah, animations and graphics help in creating engagement and grabbing the audience's attention. I know, yeah, shiny things, right? But yeah, so check this out. I'm getting the slug and I'm adding the data slug. I'm adding the slug as like a data slug, right? To the top level. And I'm also adding a like so that down at the bottom, I can, you know, grab the like element and obtain the slug from the data set. So now we have the slug and now we know which blog post we're talking about here, right? I'm also getting the number of likes. Here's the button itself, the like button itself. And when we click on that, we want to do hit like. So here's hit like. It's a simple fetch. There's the API, but we're not going to be, you know, we won't be implementing these in this lesson because, yeah, I still don't want to, you know, introduce endpoints right now. I want to set up the Drizzle ORM first, and then we're going to glue together, you know, the database with the actual front end through the endpoints, so they understand the endpoints, right? So we're gonna be just hit like 1, 2, 3, and that's it, you know. As you can see, we do the refresh likes immediately. It's just a get, right? This one was a post, that one is a get. Give it a JSON and then return this. This is the final implementation, of course. We're not going to be doing this, you know, as I mentioned. But yeah, we're going to be refactoring the post like into vanilla.js to demonstrate that, you know, even for an interactive component that, you know, has data, it's dynamic, it's different, it shows different information for every blog post. We still don't need a UI framework, right? So I'm going to refactor the post like component, and then I'm also going to you know, spend some time on the scripts here. and you know, the differences in how they load. You know, this is like, is it inline and what this does? You know, what if we don't have that? What would be the effect? I'm gonna showcase, you know, the bundling, etc. So yeah, that's my point here. Then I'm gonna move on to prepare the Fly IO account, because we're gonna be doing Fly deployments. And also we're gonna create an SQLite volume on the account itself. Next lesson, we're gonna Dockerize. That's pretty simple. So Docker file, it has nothing, right? It's just node alpine, copy everything, install, run, build, export, you know, these environment variables, expose the 3000 port, and just run the start. That's simple. That's everything that we need, right? So, and we can deploy it to Fly. I will do flyctl deploy remote only. You know, it's gonna build, it's gonna upload it, and it's gonna give us a URL, and we're gonna be like, cool, now we have deployments, right? We have one static URL that we can share, and that's our blog, you know. And yeah, then we're gonna create a GitHub action, because we already have a Docker file, we already have a Fly IO account. We're gonna create a GitHub action for, you know, so we can auto deploy whenever we push to main. So on main, right? I also want to manually dispatch this, but on main, yeah, check out the repo first, set up node 18, set up the flyctl command, and just run the deploy script, right? We need the API token. We're going to obtain that from the account. Flyctl deploy, that's it. You know, and the flyctl deploy actually triggers the Docker file building and all these things. You know, so we're gonna get into the GitHub actions. We can see and read the logs, right? So like, it had, you know, this is the flow of execution. Nalia, thanks for the follow. Right, so that's what we're gonna do. Then we have Docker. We have a URL, the deployment. We have a Fly IO account. Yo. Now it's time to get in, you know, with the real deal. We're gonna implement Drizzle ORM, right? Set up an SQLite database, set up migrations, set up all these things. And then the I don't know, the cherry on top is at the end, lesson number 19, where we loop in endpoints, we implement, you know, a post-like functionality, and we tie everything together. So we have the API, we have the slugs, we have the scripts, automatic deployments. We'll just do a push, wait like 3 minutes, you know, wait 3 minutes, and then we'll have our blog just, you know, uploaded there, so we can share it with our friends. That's, you know, that's the whole thing. So I'm also, yeah, this is like the, and I also got like a short quiz. I don't know if we can, you know, show this in Egghead, but if we can, you know, figure it out, it'll be cool. I was like, okay, let's actually, you know, put something together. But yeah, so now I actually want to figure out if, you know, if like we can find a way to generate OG images, because I think for, you know, for a serious blog, OG images are important. I wouldn't call the OG image as like a nice to have, you know. Can you share a bit about the creation process? How much of the course is completed, and when will the full course be available? I don't have a deadline on that, so I'm building this, you know, in my spare time as I go. The creation process, right now I'm figuring out the repo, you know, figuring out basically everything. After this, I'm going to create the GitHub repo that's going to be open source, and I'm going to start building out the project again from scratch, but it's going to be pretty fast because I already have the code, right? That's what I'm working on right now. But then I'm going to be building the branches structure, you know. So we have like you know, lesson 1 doesn't have like a, you know, a branch, but lesson 2 has a branch. So we'll just, you know, I'm just gonna start building the basically building the the checkpoints for every lesson, and that's about it. Then I'm gonna just, you know, outline like a script for every lesson, And when I have that, I'll just, I'll just start recording. And that's it. When I have recorded everything, I'm gonna upload everything to Egghead, and then we can schedule a release date. Of course, I'm always I'm talking with Zach along the way. Zach is a fellow from Egghead, so I'm talking with Zach like as I need, basically. So I'm working on this when I solidify this and try figure out the OG image and where that's going to sit. I believe we need the blog posts section, so it's easily going to be lesson 10 or later. It can't be before lesson 10, because um sitemap, RSS feed. Maybe I'll do lesson 13 to be OG image, right? Just to tie everything together. Even if you don't have like island, I actually want to do this. When you finish with lesson number 12, you have the basics, the basic skills of building a static blog already, right? You can take that to Vercel. It's gonna deploy it, so you don't need Docker, you don't need anything, because we're doing databases. That's why I decided to roll with Docker. But do lesson number 12 and you're done, right? You don't have interactive components. Who gives a damn, right? You have a blog. You can write your content. You can publish them. You have SEO. You have OG images, sitemap, RSS feed. You have the tools to distribute your content. And this is like a cutoff line, basically. And I actually want to showcase that. So I'm going to create this basic skills acquired, right? Let's do that. You're now capable of building static blogs and / distribute content on the internet. Yeah, there we go. So it's it's like a milestone. So like the first part of the course, you're done. You have completed the first part of your course. Congratulations, right? But then we get on and do something a bit more complex. We do island architecture, we do Docker deployments, GitHub actions, right? You don't need these things for a functional blog. You already have a blog, right? It has a sitemap, it has an RSS feed. Go write your articles, right? These are all like a bit more advanced concepts in Astro. And I would also put the OG image somewhere here. But we need to figure it out first. When I do figure it out, I'm going to create a lesson for it and just update the lesson numbers, and then we'll have like 20 lessons, which is a good rounded number, right? Great. For the course, do you make the project first for practice and then make it as a second time while recording? Yeah. So not as a practice, but as to figure out what I'm gonna write. So I got two monitors here, right? I got one in front of me, which is what you see right now, and I got another one right here, just below. That's my laptop. That just below my camera. It has right now. It has OBS, right? So I can see and read your chat, etc. But I usually record on this monitor, the bigger one. And because I have like the MacBook Pro 16, the aspect ratio is weird on that one. That's why I use this one to record. But I'm gonna show on this laptop, on this screen, I'm gonna show any of the codes and scripts that I actually wanna, I'm working on right now. So that's going to be the, that's the flow basically. Yeah, that's basically the flow. And yeah, I think I have just one more lesson to figure out. How we can build, OG image generation with templates, etc. And because I'm not in a hurry, I can just create or try my hand at creating, an Astro integration. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. And like after 50 minutes, I guess we can start after almost an hour. But yeah, that's that's the course. That's everything. That's how I plan to attack this. Yeah. Endpoints. Yeah. Yeah, I think this, it has like good, you know, good set of info and like good skills for Astro. There we go. Basic skills acquired. Like a milestone. Cool. Okay. That's the course. That's everything. Let's try to build out the integration right now. And if we succeed, I'm actually going to... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's late. It's 10 p.m. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. All right. Let's build an integration. We're going to build an integration. I'm gonna do npm install save dev Puppeteer. We want to save it to dev because we don't want to ship that. Maybe we're not shipping any at all. Like, no, we are shipping JavaScript. But yeah, we don't need it for build time. So we're installing Puppeteer. Node URL, I think this is a built-in thing. And yeah, this is our integration. So I'm gonna build it here in this project, and if it works, I'm actually going to just, extract it in a different repo so we can publish. And also, what's this? Let me just close this. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna create a new folder, integrations, and let's actually create oj-image.ts. Okay. We export a function, but let's import the Astro integration and route data. I'm gonna grab the Astro integration first. There we go. There's the Astro integration, OG image, and inside it's neither. Okay, so we don't satisfy the type now. Doesn't have a return value. Of course, we need a return value. We need to return an object. So name. This is Astro OJ image. I don't know, DOG image. we'll work on that. Okay, we wanna hook into some of the hooks. SSR build is done, build is start, config server, build generated. We get the pages, we get the directory and the routes. In this case, we only have the directory. Okay. I guess we'll hook onto the build done. Yeah, like let the site build. This looks interesting to me, the build setup, because we're still gonna get a map of every page, right? So we got the pages and also the page build data, which I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. But we also have the targets for the client and the server, and maybe we're gonna need, to distinguish between the Astro project, right? So because technically this is going to be like, it should be installable in any Astro project, right? That's the point of creating an integration. But let's start simple. I'm gonna start with done because I have the pages, and I feel like that's all we need, even the route data, and we'll check out what the route data is. Cool. Yeah, it's async. So we have the pages. Hold on. Wait. Directory routes. Okay. There's directory. There's pages and routes as well. I'm gonna grab everything. And we'll log out and we'll figure out what do we need this or do we don't need this. Okay, and then the actual thing happens. So now we have a config. Do we even need a config? I'm not gonna add it right now. I'm just gonna roll. So I wanna log out the, you know, the directory or the dir that we have here, the pages, and also the routes. So there's our OG image integration. So let's go back to Astro. And this was TypeScript. This is MJS. So I don't think we can actually import this, right? Yeah. I think we're gonna have issues. Of course, we are in JS. So we need to compile. We need to compile. What if I Usually I would do this in a monorepo, but I think, you know, rolling out the monorepo might be too much, you know, for this use case. But I really want to try my hand at building a custom integration. That would be really, really cool. Okay, you know what? Check this out. I'm gonna comment this out. I'm going to keep it a JavaScript, you know. So then we can go to the Astro config and actually try to succeed in importing it. Components, not a components, integration. OJ image. Integrations. Okay. I don't know, let's see. So I'm gonna npm run dev this. I can still, okay. Auto load, thanks for that, yeah. Let's actually do that. All right, let's go back. That's pretty cool. So TS, bring back the type. Cool. All right, so if I do npm run build, dev, it fails. Let's see why it fails. Reading map. Oh, right, exactly, yeah. Good catch. Okay, so it has issues. It can't load. OG image. Maybe that's the case. Let's fix this first. See if it runs. Yeah, there's a error when evaluating SSR module. Integrations OG image. Cannot find the module. At node import. Okay. Module not found. This is weird. I feel like this has to be, this has to do something with the JavaScript, TypeScript thingy. Do you, Otto, are you still here? Do you feel like this is something that has to do with that? Or maybe I should build it first. I bet it's gonna be the same error. Source integrations. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Source integrations. OG image. Source integration. OG image. Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, right. Yeah. So probably there. Yeah. Well, of course. the @/alias is only configured for TypeScript files, but not this thing right here. Makes sense. Okay. Okay, let's try to find. There we go. I'm gonna start at the top to see what we have. Oh man, there's an ad. Yeah, it worked. It did work. Yeah. Thanks for that. It was the alias. Hmm. Okay, so this is the directory URL. Pages. Here's all of the pages. They have like a path name inside. That's cool. The two of our blog posts, the blog index page with the pagination, the about page and the index page. And then we have the routes, the underscore image. This is a weird one. This is a weird one because it also gets generated into the feed, the RSS feed. Type endpoint. So yeah, we can grab the pages, filter out the everything, that has a type of page. We have the components. Okay. It's pre-rendered. Okay. Okay, I feel like we can do something with this. This has a component. I'm really curious to see what the markdown files have. Because if we have the component right here, I believe we can do like a dynamic import and have like a rule, I don't know, for Astro components, we can export consts OG template and, point to a template or something like that. That would be cool because if we have like if we have the component, we can just, import the component, grab, you know, or like grab the exports from this location and figure out the dynamic templates, right? So for every page, we can just export. This is the, this is the OG template that I want to use. So go ahead. This is cool. We can totally use this. There's the endpoint. We don't care about the endpoint. There's the about page, still an Astro. Let's check out the blogs now. There's the, oh, okay. So we have a blog, a dynamic page, which I guess it's okay. Here's the parameters, page, segments. There's another one for the slug. This is what we're interested in. I want to see if I can grab, I have the component right here, which is important. I know the parameter. I want to grab the parameter. If I can, if not, no big deal. There's another endpoint, and that was it. Okay, so I think we can do, maybe we can even like, these was the pages, I think. I feel like if we utilize, grabbing the exports from this Astro component, if we can do that, that would be pretty cool. But what I also want to try out is, what if I have an MD page? Instead of Astro page, it's just an MD page. In that case, how will the components look like for that? Because if it's .md, it doesn't export anything. We need to parse the front matter and obtain the front matter. So that's where we can obtain the, the template. Those were the routes, actually. Pages were just static pages. Okay. Okay, I think I can see. I think I can see something like a path where we can do. Okay, so when this is on build done, it actually gets the routes dist URL path name. Routes. There's no dist URL in my case. Oh, there we go. Dist URL path name. And it reads this index file, the HTML file, and it tries to get the title from the head, basically. And then it gets the template and adds the title over there. But inside of this template, you can design it the way you want. Is that sufficient? Do you think that's sufficient? Do you think that, I don't need to create, like this system where you can pick your own template? Maybe I'm overcomplicating things. I don't know. Let me know what you think, whoever's watching. Like, would there be a use case for a plugin that I'm actually trying to build? Dynamic templates. So for this page, I want to use this template. For that page, I want to use that, template. Okay, but then how do we... If we do that, I mean, that would be cool, right? There's no doubt about that. But that would, if we do that, how do we then past data, right? Yeah, is the plugin going to be built as part of the tutorial or separate depends? No, it's going to be a separate depends. Yeah, we're just doing, you know, things that they're fun right now. This is just for fun. If I manage to build it, you know, if we manage to build it, then I'm going to include it into the tutorial. If not, well, you know, we can just use the Astro OG image and just go with that. But do we want to create that? Right? So I was thinking, and let me know if I'm doing, you know, unrealistic things. Check this out. We have the components. Can we use Vite to import all the things that this component, you know, this component exports, but then only obtain a certain things, like obtain the component, you know, like within this page we can import a certain component, like an Astro component that's going to be the OG image, and then return the results of that, you know. How can we do that? Or maybe we can, should we do it with, because we can also do it with React, right? We can import a React component that's going to be a functional component. Does some weird things with exported items. Yeah, I wouldn't rely on it if possible. Okay. Yeah, because like, here were my thoughts. What if we just go and, there we go. Right. So I was going to be do like, I don't know, import OG template, which is going to be React. You know, React component. And then do something like this. I don't know. Export const or OG template with like a lowercase o, something like that, equals OG template. And because this is a functional component, we can pass anything inside. I'm going to pass like the title, description, anything that this template needs, right? And because this is an this isn't a React component, like I can get the exports, right, from the component, and then do the render to string, you know, OG template, which is going to give me the HTML, and then I can, you know, pass that HTML into the Puppeteer and, you know, snap screenshot, something like that. You know, that's how I envision this could go. Like maybe that will be cool. I don't know, because like we can, you know, utilize that render to string. If you use variables defined from other lines that aren't exported, Astro strips them, which can cause some weird unexpected behavior. Yeah, but for this part, you know, for rendering the HTML from the, you know, can it you know, do that? I guess it can. Yeah, when we spin up Puppeteer, we're gonna spin it up with React inside, and you know, we can use the React DOM render to string functionality. It doesn't even need a window, actually. You can even use that on the server. Would throw errors. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so how do we... Okay, if we don't do that, then yeah, we have... Like, this is the page. How do we define which template we should use? Should we do that in the, I don't know, Astro config, right? So when we do the OG image, maybe we can do like, you know, like a map. So like, I don't know, source, blog, page, uses, this image, something like that. Yeah, Satori to render. Yeah, I really wanted to try out Satori. I'm not sure when you jumped in. Like I spoke about Satori at the beginning of the stream. Like this, if I don't need to spin up Puppeteer, it's gonna be great because Puppeteer is slow, right? So why do that? This, I know that it doesn't actually require, spinning up Puppeteer and Headless Chrome, etc. So I feel like it will be faster. But re SVG, I actually didn't know about that. Because this is the thing, right? Okay. I actually didn't know. So we can, yeah, SVG rendering, yeah. So we can build that pipeline. Grab the output of Satori, pass it to re SVG, and get the PNG, etc. Yeah. Well, can we do SVGs for OG image? Like, would these social networks accept the SVGs? Maybe it's better if we just do like PNGs or JPEGs. Yeah, but this is, this is a better route. This is a much better route. And let's see. Because if we do this, oh man, check this out. So if we do this, we can even, some do, but if you can do PNGs, it covers more. What do you mean if it covers more? Oh, you mean the re-SVG only does PNGs? If it does PNGs, that's fine. But we can put Satori in an endpoint, like a get endpoint, and that will be a dynamic endpoint, and we can pass data. Oh, it covers more social networks. Okay, that's good to know. I thought it was the otherwise, but it's good that PNGs are better supported. Yeah, so like if we take these routes, we can create an endpoint, something like, I don't know, slash OG slash, template, because that's how we can have the, dynamic templates, but then we can pass everything like this. And I guess we can, we'll know this. We'll know this because we would be, putting this, yeah, forget the map. This is just the, if we go, let's see. Yeah, here's the blog. For the Slack, we have a layout. We already passed the title. We can define, and this is where the head happens, so we'll add our OG image here. That's going to point to the endpoint. The endpoint is going to be like a, okay, I can, this is much clearer now. Yeah. Yeah. And then we can, await it. We can also, because we have a Docker, because we have Dockerized our project and we have a volume, we can even put, the images, the already done, generated images into the volume. So the next time, the image needs to be rendered, instead of just rendering it again, we can just, obtain it. But then that introduces, caching and stuff like that. So what if we want to delete that and, replace it? That could be a query parameter. Would it work? I don't know. But I actually like this, I think this is going to be think this is gonna be pretty fine. Yeah, I recommend it to set. We have the SVGs, sorry, the CSS, the Satori CSS. Yeah. So it basically accepts the JSX as like the first element. You can have it's JSX, right? You can interpolate, you can add variables, grab them from query parameters, etc. But then this is where it happens. Like we need the 1200 by 630. And then if we're using fonts, we need to define them here, but that's on you, right? That's on you. Like you need to figure that out. And that's okay. I'm going to cover that in the course anyways. If we want to use Roboto or anything. Roboto array buffer. Okay, so like this is the font. Okay. It'll render the element that's this size, return the SVG string. So here's the SVG. We can also pipe that into re-SVG and generate the PNG. And with the PNG, we're of course gonna return it as like a as like a file. But then we also have the opportunity to save it locally, cache it, do whatever. Let's try this, you know? Let's try this. What about, let's see, what if we did what if we did markdown layouts? We can define a layout like this in markdown. It's gonna have the front matter. There's a front matter, yeah, into the base layout. And we can obtain that. Okay, so, okay. Yeah, so the layout, should actually, let's see. Thinking about data passing, right? So the layout that's going to obtain the data, let's see. Here's the layout, right? Here's the layout.astro. And aside from the title, I can also get the front matter here if we're rendering a markdown page, but we're not. You know, we're not rendering any markdown pages. Everything's .astro. So we're cool, but I still want to, you know, still want to be I still want to mention, you know, that we can also do this with, you know, with markdown layouts, because this is a really powerful feature. I actually don't have this in the course, but yeah. So we got the front matter. At the end of the day, with this setup, it matters to have the slug, because that's going to be your endpoint. So OG slash the actual slug dot PNG dot .ts is going to be the file, of course. So when you get, you know, when you do the get, you'll trigger that endpoint, it'll return the PNG image. And then you can also add a bunch of query parameters on it. But yeah, you can also add query parameters, and that's going to be your data, right? So you can pass anything through query, and that's actually what we're going to do. Let's try that out. You know, I think we should try that out. So OG file, directory, and let's do slug.png.ts. So this is going to be, here's the get. We can get the parameters. What was the API route? Yeah. It needs a return. It needs to return something. But parameters are any. Damn it. Okay, it's a const. Let's do that. Const get. That's the API route. It's gonna be an async function. Let's put the arrow here. Dunzo. There we go. Now we have types. Okay. And now it doesn't return what it needs to return, but that's fine. We're gonna do that right now. In this case, the body is a JSON, but we're not gonna be returning any JSON. We want to return an actual file. Let's see how we can do that. Body is buffer, encoding is binary. That's about it. Yeah. So we can prepare, you know, the PNG like this. There we go. We can prepare the PNG, create, you know, just create an array buffer from it and just pass it down. Oh. Hey, you already have this. Image generation in Astro. Cool. Let's see. Re-SVG. Cool. API image ID. Oh, there we go. Satori HTML. Hey, that's cool. And then we have the, yeah, this is the template basically. We get Open Sans right here, buffer from Open Sans. Cool. There's the re-SVG. So after this, we pass this. Cool. Render it. And then, yeah, return it as a PNG with some headers. Hey, this should totally work. I mean, this is the you know, the flow that we discussed. You already done it. This is really cool. Let's try it out. I didn't know about the Satori HTML package though. That's cool. HTML adapter for Satori. I also noticed TW. I guess that's like Tailwind. Yeah. I like this. Tailwind styles. Cool. So, okay. Okay, this is, you know, we're taking this approach. I like it. Let's go to og/slug.png. Yeah. There we go. You know, if we don't get the slug, we're just, you know, we're gonna return. Exactly. Not found, but bad request, right? Wanna return a bad request. Otherwise, we know that the slug is string or what? No. What's the slug at this point? String or undefined? Well, we're returning, right? So it shouldn't be undefined here. Now it's string. Okay, cool. LSP stuff. Okay, so we got the slug from the parameters. do we get the query as well here? We get the requests. Or maybe parameters will contain that. Dynamic route parameter. Okay, it's not that. So we probably need to obtain. Oh, wait a minute, not the slug. The slug, okay. That was the. Yeah, the URL should have the query parameters. Yeah, that's the data. This is the template that we want to use. Yeah, so let's do this then. Outside of the pages. Just gonna delete this. Oh. No way. Okay. Sweet Jesus. All right, let's do it again. So I'm gonna remove this so it's not here. We have content, components, DB. There's a database. I want to create like a map, you know, for the HTML templates. So when we import that map, we're gonna use the slug to obtain a specific, you know, HTML definition there. Yeah. That's how we can, you know, point which template do we want to use. Right, here's the, I don't know, one with like a huge image. There's one where the text is on the side. It's smaller. We can use that for the articles, etc., etc. Yeah, one with your face on it, so that may be the home page. You know, we can build a bunch of HTML templates and actually achieve that using the slug. And then when we get the data, that's gonna be cool. So instead of returning, I got it. Instead of returning directly, you know, HTML objects, I guess this is a object markup. Oh yeah, it's markup. Instead of returning the string or the markup, I'm gonna return functions that take data in and will return the markup after they get executed, right? So when we'll use the slug to get the function, we'll get the query parameters, we'll pass those into the function, execute it, so we get the markup with the data injected, and then we're gonna pass that to Satori, and then we're also gonna pass that at the end to re-SVG so we can get the PNG, and bam, just return it back. Okay, that seems like a flow, right? That seems like a flow. So what do we do now? Let's put that into a directory. OG, I don't know, OG templates, right? Yeah, OG templates. Templates dot ts probably, right? Yeah, so this is going to be a map for, yeah, let's install npm save, and I'm gonna save that, not save dev. We're going to install Satori HTML. What else do we need? And re-SVG, right? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Satori is a default. Okay, we just need Satori HTML. Yeah. There we go. So for our home page, we're going to return an action, a method that's going to take some, you know, some sort of I don't know, it's gonna take data and or not, and it's going to return markup. So flex, I don't know, items, center, justify, center, let's say that. We'll keep it simple, right? We're just gonna do home. That works. And maybe if we can do the block again, and inside we'll do title, right? Yeah, this is going to return something similar. It's gonna be the title, right? I don't know, flex start, and let's do, I don't know, text blue 500 on this one. Why not? You know. Okay, so this pretty much, you know, covers all the use, like all the use cases we have with data and without data. We got the templates here. Let's go back to the OG now. So we have the slug. Let's not this one. I don't know. So import templates from the OG templates. And now the template is gonna be this, but this is gonna be like the template function. This has any because expression can be used to index type home. Okay, yeah, because the slug is a string. And for the templates, we don't define that, you know. Let's just define any string. And what's the a v node? Do they export that? Damn it. Okay. V node. How do we? Where does that come from? Oh, they don't have this exported. Oh yeah, it's defined here, but they don't export the interface. Yeah. Do we? Damn it. He has props. You know what? We don't actually need this, right? But if we don't need this, then that means I'm gonna have to use any, and I'm not down for that. What does Satori expect? Right, so we'll find this. That's okay. So template function. It's an any. Yeah, it's gonna be a function that optionally accepts data. And when we execute that, we're gonna get something, and we're gonna pass that something to Satori. Satori. And then a width of 1200, height of 630. We're not gonna be doing any, fonts inside. Satori options. Width, height, and fonts. Fonts is missing. Do we need fonts? Oh yeah, you need to provide one to render any text. Okay, damn it. Okay, let's I see that you have you're hosting this, but maybe we can oh man, this is getting complicated. Yeah. Cuz if I let's just go for it, let's just grab like a, I don't know, just grab a TTF and just put it into the public folder or lib and just grab that. Okay. Let's do that. I don't know. Let's grab inter. We're gonna grab inter, just a regular. Actually, yeah, let's download everything. Okay, so inter regular TTF. Let's move that. Egghead blog. ONG templates. I'm gonna create a folder for the fonts inside, and I'm just gonna paste that there. Okay, here's what we're gonna do now. Inter regular from OG templates, fonts, inter regular TTF. There we go. And now let's actually pass that back. A Vid plugin. Oh yeah, you had that. This is this is interesting. Raw fonts, yeah. Read file, sync, export default. There we go. It is a journey. Man. Maybe we'll bring back the integrations into the raw fonts. Yeah. Okay. Source, integrations. This doesn't exist anymore. There we go, raw fonts. Oh, it's a Vite. Okay, yeah. It was Vite and then plugins. If I, yeah, there we go. TTF. Cool. And you have also the optimized dependencies. Exclude. What is this for? I feel like I need to add it because you've been on this road before. But I haven't played with the Vite configurations in Astro. Plays weird with Vite. Okay, so like, yeah. Like, don't worry about re-SVG. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so let's go back to the OG/slug. There we go. So there's our font. We also have MDX. Oh, right. Okay. Pages, API image. And we pass that. It's an object name data style. Buffer from interregular, style is normal. Okay, there's the SVG. Now we can pass this to re-SVG. Fit to width 1200. That's pretty much it. It's named SVG from re-SVG JS. Cool. There's the, now here's the PNG. Beautiful. Or it's re-SVG. Yeah. We need to render it later. We take the SVG and we have a mode set to width and a width set to 1200. Oh, fit to. Okay. Value. Then we have the image and then we return the image. Beautiful. Render this and now we can just return it. Content type, image PNG, and also the cache control. As PNG, okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, so let's give this a go, right? Man, this is exciting. Here's our local imports. Yeah. Okay. If the slug doesn't exist, we throw bad requests. Otherwise, give me the template function. Again, we can do, you know, if the template function doesn't exist, then you've provided a slug, but it's actually, you know, not found because the template doesn't exist with that slug. And we don't do the data. We don't do the data. I guess we need to obtain the requests. Search parameters. And because we don't know what search parameters are going to, you know, be present. Can't we just like, you know, get... Oh, we got keys. Yeah. So let's do that. Data equals keys. Oh, actually, no. Here's what we're gonna do. Entries. Oh, to JSON. There's to string, but there are entries. So we can do object from entries, and then we can map out. Right? What do we get? Object.entries. Yeah. Key value. So we can map these key value and then return an object. Or maybe a flat map. We need a flat map here. Comma, where do we... Wait a minute. It's already an object. We don't need to map it out. Okay. So that's the data, right? So we pass the data here. There's the templates function, and this was an any, right? It is any, yeah. It's not a where. Okay, so the first argument is always a string, because that's our, you know, that's our template name. But then this one is a function that optionally has any data or a record. Oh man, we're typing types of string and any. It returns a v. No, I know. Well, that's... How is this not satisfying? Let's see. Is not assignable to type map of string and then an array that returns a data. An array, an object that returns a data. May only specify known properties, and home does not exist in the type map of string. Oh man, was it there was a trick. No. A record. Let's try that. Okay, there we go. And now we have this. Data. Oh. Well, data are incompatible. Isn't records. Yeah. It's a literate. It's a literal. Okay. What if we just do this? Or do this and then the data.title is possibly undefined. Right? TypeScript's happy. Okay. Okay, so now template fn has a type. There we go. It optionally accepts the data and it returns something. Still can figure this out if I, you know, if I want to mirror the interface here, you know, updates and stuff like that. But this works. If, you know, if we're like fine with the any, I believe this will work. Okay, let's take it for a spin. So I'm gonna go localhost 3000 slash og slash home.png. Bam. What's going on? Oh, damn it. Okay. I need to export const pre-render equals false because my server is hybrids. Hey, how about that? And if I do, was that blog? Templates, blog. Yeah, worked on the first try. Check it out. There we go. We're done. We're done. Yeah, but I actually like it. I actually like it. So the idea is that we're gonna go into our layout, right? And aside from the title, we're also going to get the OJ image, right? The OJ image is gonna be a string, and we'll define it from the outside. There we go. And now we can do, is that like meta? What was the, what was it? Oh, there we go. Meta property, OJ image, and then we have the content. Yeah, this is correct. But wait, I have this prefixed. We should do that. We should do that probably here. So we get the OJ image, and we're gonna pass it just the title, but here it's not normalized. I'm gonna just append the current, you know, location. Pretty much something like that, but I just want to get it, you know, instead of doing this, because I have Astro, you know, OG image URL. Okay, let's do that. OG image URL is it's going to be, oh yeah, but then it's optional, so we also need to append, or like a, you know, to a default one. So at first, what I want to do is do window.location. What was the thing again? Window location. Origin. Okay. Window location origin. And then we pass if the OJ image exists, otherwise no. We're gonna use this again. All right, it's not, but this is this is statically generated. So I think it's gonna work, right? OJ image slash, yeah, home.png, why not? It's only available in the browser, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because this doesn't run, this it happens on build time. So there's no window. Well then what? Let's do astro.site in that case. Oh, astro.url.org. Oh, I didn't know about this. This is cool. There we go. There we go. OJ image URL in our case. Does this thing has like a, no, it doesn't. Okay. It doesn't have a content right now. Justify flex starts unknown or invalid utility. A bunch of errors. Hold on. Let's run this again. Clean slate and see the errors. Okay, so something's going on. This should at least produce anything, like something, right? There it is. Content equals this. But why is it not? Well, there we go. Now it is. Okay. So if we go, we're gonna see not found. Did I mess up the URL? Okay, so it's just OG, not OG. Yeah. There we go. This works. So the default is decent, but if we, for example, go to this and actually provide, and we can say slash OG slash blog dot png. So hello from index.astro. So we got this whole URL. That's good. Hello from index astro. Yo, this is a win. Yeah. Okay, what if we go to blog slug? We have the slug. Our content will probably have post data title. Okay, there we go. Right? So we can do OG image equals OG blog.png, where the title is of course I need to create a template. Post data title. Oh man, let's see what this produces. Hello world. Okay, I need to. It actually works. Do I need to do like, URL the code before I pass this thing? My thoughts of Astro. Amazing. Can we do that? Encode URI component, and I can do slash OG slash blog.png, where the title is my thoughts of Astro, and it is, oh man, just encode URI. That's the thing, yeah. Not sure if this is gonna work or if it does anything around the browser or like the window. But actually no, it's pretty cool. Beautiful. It's beautiful. It works just fine. And even the percent encode URI. Oh, you know what? Let's move that. Okay. I would move that into the layout, the encode URI for the OG image. Let's see what do we get now. Yeah. So if I go to the index page, I don't need to bother with this. And this is the thing, right? What if we check this out? Check this out. Damn it, copyright. That always happens when I open curly brackets within the type props and I hit space, or no, I hit enter to go to a new line. I actually get like the whole copyright thing. All right, so here's we're gonna use the template. That's gonna be a string, and then we're going to also pass an optional data on record of not a string, and just string in any at this point. And we're gonna construct the URL right here. We're gonna construct the URL right here. I think, well, like, you know, from a perspective of usability, it's definitely, you know, better. Can we justify this? I can justify this. Yeah, I can justify this. Okay, so we get the OG image, right? We know the template. We need to turn this record into search parameters. Can I do this? No, actually, do string. Yeah. Yeah, so params. It's going to be not the search. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is for Egghead. Yeah, it's like a build a no stack, not a no stack, but like no UI framework blog. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this. Parameters. If we have, but let's do this. OJ image URL. Let's do the URL here. We're gonna do, if we have, nah. Let's do this in that. If it exists, astro template, no, this is wrong. What I wanted to do is open up this. So we're gonna go /OG/OG image template, right? .png. So we only pass template is, I don't know, home or blog. And then we're gonna, there we go. Exactly what we did here. Yeah, just grab the data, you know, grab the data from, you know, from the object, create search parameters, and just do it to string here. But let's try with a, you know, with a different one. Hello world. What's up? It should also add the ampersand, and it does. Beautiful. So yeah, just do question mark. Yeah, it all worked out. So this will produce a complete, you know, a complete OG image. And in this case, even if, for example, if we don't have the OG image, then just give me the, you know, just or like home by default. So this is the OG image URL basically, right? It should work. So let's go to index.astro, and instead of doing this, I'm actually going to open an object. There we go. A template is going to be home, right? Or I can, let's figure out if the default works. OG is home.png. It still has the question mark. Oh, yeah. It doesn't have the, it's not, yeah. Astro URL origin. That was the thing. So Astro URL origin / OG, that's gonna work. And then we need to encode, I guess, only this. Let's see if, you know, the URL search parameters actually, I think it's gonna do that. What's up, doc? It has a plus. It has a plus. OG blog. Let's see. The title is what's up, doc? Okay, so it's spaces. Well, there we go. We don't actually need to do, you know, the encode URI. We just needed the Astro. So OG image URL, that's the final URL. Damn it. Check it out. So let's go back to the pages blog slug. Okay. So we're gonna do template. We're gonna use the blog template, and for the data, we're gonna pass a title. And the title is going to be the post data title. So this should generate hello world. What's going on? Did I copy paste correctly? Hello world. Let's go to the other one. My thoughts of Astro. Beautiful. Well, we're done here. No, actually, I think this is it. You know, we have a default. Yeah, we have a default thing. Let's see. Let me actually fix this first, because I've been seeing this for too long. Get static paths. There we go. Export const get static paths. Here's the type. So paginate has a type now. Of course, it's async, and this is a type. Are we happy? We are happy. Except for this. Post has like an any. Yeah, because there we go. Alright, you know what? That's for a different time, but let's see. This is the default one, so all of the pages will have a default. This one has a title of about. Let's actually, you know, let's be smart. If here's the home, right? And this is the data. If data exists, one last thing, I think the template has a transparent background. Oh yeah, BGY. I noticed that it's like slightly off-white, you know, so let's actually do that. But what I meant to say is, what if we also incorporated a title? Because the page title, there's always going to be a title, right? Or not. The title is also optional because there's like a default one right here. So we can grab the home PNG. Actually, no, the home P, or like the, yeah. Yeah, for the default home. For example, we shouldn't be thinking about home, right? We can do default.png, and it's just gonna return like a, I don't know, receive a title and render it. Yeah, so we don't even need to, you know, for example, when we go to about, that's a static page. It should just be about, you know, because the title is set to about. So we'll just grab the title. Yeah. Let's actually do that. So OG templates. And I need to de-store. I have to get rid of these. There has to be a way to make macOS don't generate a de-store. Is there a way? That's, I don't know, like, what the hell. Okay, home blog. Let's actually add a white background to these ones. And also I noticed that because we're, you know, centering them, we should do width is full and height is full as well. Because the text is not, you know, centered. Okay, so let's... There's home. Still not. Why is it? There we go. Cache. Now we got it working. This should be, yeah, definitely a white color. Well, there we go. I like this. I like this very much. Can we define... Check this out. Was there a feature where we do like a default? You know, in TypeScript? Let's see. TypeScript default value for records. Did the record have that, or that was a different language? No, it's probably a different language. Okay, but we'll keep it default. Only for export, yeah. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna grab this, actually this, you know, just so I can showcase it. Of course, if I were to build this out, then probably... There we go. Data.title. The default and the blog one are, I don't know, flex start in this case. Oh, justify flex start. That's the issue, actually. Justify starts. And this is going to be center. Right, a title at the center and title at the start, and this is a fixed home at the center. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go to the layout page now. Here's the title, right? And we should probably split out. Here's the template. Otherwise, it's the default. And then the parameters. We should probably split these out. Or do this instead. You know, if they exist, spread them out. Otherwise, but do we... Now let's go with the ternary instead of the spread. So if OG exists, then OG image data. If not, then we'll just, construct the title. And we'll do, if the title exists, pass me the title. Otherwise, pass, I don't know, the default title. Let's see if that makes sense. So title is about, right? So this is going to use the default template where we have the title at the center. That's good. If I go home, I don't have a title set for home, right? Because the title is set to the default one. So title equals that thing. There we go. And we're not basing this on the actual title, because if we go back to about, the about has like the pipe and the default title, right? So it's like the page title and then the default title. I'm just looking for this piece. And if we go to the blog, we have blog posts, right? So the image is gonna say blog post, beautiful. And then when we go in, then we explicitly know that we want to render the blog template with the my thoughts of Astro as the top left, because blog titles can be longer. This is it. We have achieved it, That's it. Damn. We got the templates, integrations, there's the raw fonts. It's screaming at me. But yeah. Okay, let's get this in. What did we change? We changed a lot of things, right? Yeah. Dynamic OG images. I really like this. I really like this. Okay, let's deploy it now and see what's up. I'm gonna add a little comment here. Yeah, so we know. Yeah, so like, we took this solution, but we just simply expanded on it by just using parameters and query parameters. But like the majority of the solution is by the other load. Yo, thanks so much. This does. I'm actually gonna use the same thing on my website as well, because right now I have a, what is it? It's like a default one. Yeah, OG image, and that's it. But I'm actually gonna try to just implement, something better. For example, I got, I don't know. See a blog that I have on my website, distributed tracing. Okay, this one. Even if we go to this one, it's still gonna have that default. Yeah. There's the OG image. It's the default one, but I'm actually gonna implement the same here on my page. Why not? It's really cool. All right, let's see. Are we there yet? Okay, so we got the OG image. Let me just add a lesson for that. Okay. So where should this lesson sit? I would put it here. I mean, it's a bit advanced, but I think OG images are necessary for blogs. And, you know, this is a build an stack blog, so it is a blog. So I'm gonna split this up. Check this out. So, hold on. There was like the npm astro SEO, right? Yeah, I use this. So I'm gonna create one lesson that utilizes this package, the astro SEO. Hopefully this guy, you know, keeps maintaining the package. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. So check this out. Implementing SEO. Yeah, we have learned, what's the outcome? We have learned how to utilize the Astro SEO package to implement SEO for all of our pages. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna move this here, you know, like at the, either at the end or at the start, because that is like a basic skill for, you know, it's like it's just basics, right, for blogs. But then the dynamic OJ image relies on, you know, it's like an advanced skill, or like it's an advanced topic, so it relies on endpoints. So I'm gonna do this as like the nice to have, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna do this as like a nice to have thing. So this is gonna be like the last lesson. I think this is good. Let me just update these. Yeah. Why don't these just like auto increment by themselves? I should have made this a list or something like that. Nah, I feel like I'm too, you know, far into it. Okay. All right. 1921 lessons. There we go. At the end, you know, you don't necessarily need this, but you know, why the hell not? You know, that's this, but it is, you know. I have some interesting stuff that I'm not sure if I need to showcase, you know, in my personal website. For example, I got this. So for my blog, I have two types of blogs. They're either, you know, external. For example, as you can see, this, I wrote this on Sentry's blog. I wrote this on InfoWorld's blog, right? But this is on my blog. So I just have an external. There's the blog post. Yeah, is external. So if, you know, and this is cool, right? So for example, if the is external is a literal true, you have to provide the external URL and label. So I keep, you know, if not, then you have to do is external to false. And I wrap these two Zod objects into a discriminated union. That's like based on the is external. So this is pretty nice, you know, how to do discriminated union in Zod. So you have, you know, a better, you know, type safety. And when we go here, for example, here we go. The is external is true. And if I just remove this and try to build it, it's going to break. Yeah. This is going to break. Let me... NicoleFlazzer.com. Yeah, here's the URL if you want to, you know, pick it apart. And then what's also cool is for my RSS. Let's see. For my RSS, I also, you know, I also pay attention. For example, if it's external, you know, then I'm gonna do I published this title, right? Follow the link to read it on that website. So if I open my reader and if I check out my RSS, I published web fonts and the dreaded cumulative layout shift on Sentry's blog. Follow the link to read it on that website. But if I open something that's local, then we have the whole content, right? So that's what I did here. I think it's like interesting because we have the data, right? If it's external, then do this. If not, then, you know, just grab the body and try to render it. What I had struggles with is using images. For example, if I open this, as you can see, I have this image right here. But because I'm using the static assets, the images aren't actually in the public folder. They're in the source assets, right? And I can't, since they're not in the public folder, they're not served statically, so the RSS can't actually pick it up, you know. Their URLs get generated. I feel like there's a way around this. So if you wanna have both, you know, asset optimization, but then also, you know, serve them statically. But I guess it's just, you know, it's gonna be I don't know, the gymnastics with either, you know, like a remark plugin or a rehype plugin. What do you use to render the markdown for the RSS? The sanitized HTML, and there's a parser from markdown it. So these two. Yeah, I parse the markdown and then I pass through the sanitized HTML just in case. You know, I saw what that is. Yeah, it's a good idea to do that. But yeah, that's basically what I did here. And the post just comes from get collection. Yeah, give me the posts for every of the articles. Return me this thing. Yeah, parser render post body, and that's it. I could transform image URLs for ISIS. I guess, but yeah, this is just, I haven't actually checked that out. Preset name, options. There are some options, as you can see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, damn it! I hate when that happens. But yeah, that's what I do, and I do I do anything else? Of course, yeah, I don't add them to my sitemap because they don't belong on my website, right? So sitemap. Actually, no. I actually have them here. Do I have them here? I actually don't. Oh, right, yeah. This, okay. I don't have them, but I'm not doing the thing here. I'm actually doing the thing here. Pages, blog, slug, right here. So get static paths. I'm filtering everything that's external. So I'm not generating pages and routes for the external articles. So that's why the, you know, the sitemap actually doesn't pick them up. Automatically doesn't pick them up. Yeah, this is just to remove the trailing slash. I hate that. But yeah, that's also how I, you know, just if I avoid generating pages, then I also got the pages. So my build time is, you know, shorter, but then also the sitemap doesn't pick up the external pages. So that's a bonus. So yeah, I feel like that could be, you know, and like an interesting, I don't know, I haven't seen it. I liked it as a feature, right? For example, I'm writing on my own blog, but sometimes I'm also like, you know, like writing on the company blog, you know, or on like this InfoWorld piece where there we go, this one, you know. So like, why not have all of this on my website, you know? That would be pretty cool. So yeah, that's one thing. What I also did, and I didn't know that the pagination was there's like a native support in Astro. I actually implemented it here. Like it was crazy. So like I'm doing the blog all one, so like the first page. But if I go to the tag content creation, and these are all static pages basically. Crazy. Let me let me see if I can find that blog. And that as you can see, I'm also doing the dot dot dot, so I can grab everything after slash blog. I got the tag as well, plus the all at the beginning. So like I'm doing a flat map, I'm getting all the tagged posts, the number of pages, because I want to define the post per page. So like yeah, I'm getting all of the promises for all of the tags or the number of pages. Then a filter, yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. It's I don't know, but it works. I'm even passing the reading time for for these 3-minute read, 2-minute read, 2-minute read, 5-minute read for my articles. So yeah, that's crazy. What did I have here? I just grabbed the posts. Yeah. Post render. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I have the 3 dots in this case, because I'm not even utilizing that. But it still works. Still works. Of course it's gonna work. It's just one element, so it's gonna be the same, I guess. Okay, but yeah, I don't think that's worthy to be in the course. I think that's like a special use case. Plus I need to refactor the actual pagination, because I feel like I can achieve this with the paginate. What else? I think that's about it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything more. Yeah, it's a really niche thing. I did a markdown plugin for when I'm writing markdown, the putting the headings on the left side, so it has like this. Let me zoom in. So it has this, margins at the left. It's like a notebook on the left side. I did another markdown plugin for when I'm adding code blocks. I actually wanna get the language and add it as an argument. Actually, this was a rehype. I think it was a rehype plugin. Grab the language and add it as a data attribute, so then I can pull it later, as you can see here, and add it in the after pseudo element on the whole code block. So it looks like this. But it's all, yeah, it's pretty much, it's pretty much, I don't know, gymnastics. Really niche thing to do. I don't think it's worth it to be in a course. Okay, yeah. I think let's check out the actual. Okay. My thoughts of Astro. Okay, so this finished. Yeah. There we go. Discord picks it up. Nice. Yeah. Well, I guess we did what we were supposed to do, right? Otherload, again, thanks for sharing the solution with me. Mission success, yeah. I think we have a really, really, really nice way to generate OG images now. It's just beautiful. Cool. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, this was really fun. Really looking forward to get this course done. I think it's gonna be a really good course. All right. Thanks so much, and yeah, see you again sometime. Maybe tomorrow. I'm actually gonna stream tomorrow as well. Yeah, I got a guest. I'm working on a different project. It's a really cool project. We're doing both. My friend and I have Discord communities, so I was like, you know what? Let's create a cron, like a Discord bot that's going to subscribe to RSS feeds and post them in different channels. And we have like a whole, we just started that series, so we're gonna stream again tomorrow. I'm not sure when. I'm not sure if I have like a schedule set up. I think I did.